how bad is processed food really? Now, I think I have a better perspective on this than a lot of people now, because if you watch my last video, you'll know that I've done 300 days on juices and cleaned my body out, and then I spent the last 6 weeks just unrestrictedly eating all the junk food. I mean, all of it, like pot noodles, Chinese food, Indian food, sandwiches, crisps, oily, salty, everything. And I've come to the conclusion, especially now that I'm 5 days out from doing that and I'm detoxing it all out of me now, that what it does is it binds you to it in such a way that you're trapped and you can't get out and you have to keep eating it to feel good. Now, the way that it does that is once you eat it, say you're eating normal healthy food, you're eating just fruit, vegetables, no junk, no oils, no salts, no stimulants, no nothing, just you're eating purely clean food and healthy food. And then one day you eat, I don't know, a sandwich, you know, and some crisps, or a Chinese, or a curry from an Indian place, or anything, you know, just some processed food. What then happens is the whole time that is in your digestive system somewhere, you're going to, one, not feel as good as you did when you were eating clean, because naturally you have all these poisons in you and they're leaking into your blood and your body's trying to get rid of them. So you'll be tired, you'll be irritable because there'll be inflammation, and you just won't feel as good. Number two, you're going to crave that food because the whole time something is in your digestive system, it creates a craving for it. Now, if you spend 30 years, 40 years, 50 years eating all of these processed foods and never doing any detoxing, which most people don't if you look around, then what you've done essentially is dug yourself into such a vicious trap that's why it's so difficult for people to cleanse and detox and do a juice fast and give up food, because the whole time that those foods are in your gut, you're gonna crave them. And if you've got 40 years worth in your gut, like to go onto like a juice fast and start cleaning that out, that's why it's so difficult in the beginning. And that's why it's so important that once you clean yourself out, it's important that you go all the way when you start cleaning yourself. Don't just do a 7-day juice fast. You need to get all this plaque out, which is all that undigested food from all the years of accumulation and the waste and stuff. Once you get that out, the cravings lessen a lot. And to be fair, when I started this experiment 6 weeks ago, I didn't have strong cravings and I could have just ignored them for the rest of my life, but I wanted to explore it. The cravings were there, but they weren't as strong as they would have been if I didn't do a bunch of detoxing beforehand. But now I don't have them like at all, because I understand deeply now how that food affects the body and what it does. Like for the last 5 days, I've got like oil coming out of my fucking head, and I've got like salt in my mucus, because oil and salt, I know there's some people that disagree on this, but oil and salt are poisonous and they just obstruct the body and they make the body retain water, and you don't want to retain water. But that's what the body does in like emergency mode, because it thinks it's not going to get enough water, so it like holds on to it. Eat a load of salt and drink a load of water, the body will retain the water, because if you don't drink any more after that, then the salt will get to your vital organs and kill you. Like if you cut open a wound, if you have a wound and you pour salt on it, it hurts, doesn't it? So salt, the body doesn't want salt in it anyway. It wants mineral salts. That's what I've discovered. So the diet I'm eating at the moment is I'm eating high fruit based, high water based as well, because I'm trying to flush all this stuff out of me. And every day I'm releasing these dry, because obviously for the last 6 weeks I've been eating bread and junk food and all this. I'm releasing these dry, like horrible, just like, and when I do, as they're going through me, I can feel it, and it blocks my breath, and it feels like it really obstructs me, and I've got oil seeping out of my head. Yeah, as I said, I've got mucus coming out. Oh, my armpits smell, and I have to wear deodorant at the moment, and I'm showering daily, which I got to a point where I didn't need to do that. I didn't need to shower every day, didn't need to wear deodorant, but I'm doing that every day at the moment, and like, it's just not worth it. So once you get out of processed food hell, which is what it is, it's hell, because you're not able to be present when you're eating all that stuff. Like, all you're thinking about is the next bit of stimulation. Like, when's the next coffee? When's the next Red Bull? When's the next beer? When's the next KFC? When's the next pot noodle? Do you know what I mean? When's the next sandwich? You're always thinking, when's the next chocolate bar? You're always thinking like that. And it's just a never-ending cycle. It's drug addiction. It's no different to cocaine addiction, alcohol addiction. It is no different. And the only foods that don't give me that, like, addictive thinking are whole foods, whole vegan foods, fruits, vegetables. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm doing high water fruit in the daytime, lots of liquid to flush all this stuff out and get all the mucus out. So much mucus is coming out of me as well. And then at night, because it's freezing cold here, I don't know if you can see the trees, but summer be gone. It's gone now. So, like, my hands feel like they're about to fall off. I'm just about to go and get some gloves. Yeah, and at night I'm having like cooked vegetable meal, like hearty vegetables, all whole foods, all made from scratch, and that's just doing me great at the moment. I don't feel like I need to overeat. I don't have those addictive thoughts about it. I don't know. It's just, I've come full circle with it. I understand processed food now. I had to go back to all those addictions to understand why I and other people eat it, and I get it now. I really do. And it's not a nice existence. It's a hellish existence. It just completely removes you from the ability to be present, completely, and it just turns you into a drug addict. It's just no good. So that's why